Lee, a disappointing result. What were your thoughts of the match?
Obviously, like you said, Dale, the disappointing result, disappointing performance as well. I don't think in a creative aspect, I think that probably rates as one of our least productive of the season, and a chance that has gone by, hasn't it? To climb the table and obviously. Maybe to creep into a second or third position, but it's one of those. You've got to take it on the chin. The players have had, the squad has had 2 good runs this season so far. Unbeaten, and now it's our job to start another one.
And what do you put that down to? The performance?
Well, I have to be careful here because the conditions is the same for both teams, isn't it? But I think in the first half. Obviously, Buxton got themselves ahead 1-0 with a strong wind. But saying that, in the second half, we didn't do enough. But then I look at it from another aspect. I mean, there's a great chance for Alex, isn't there? At 1-0, if that goes in, maybe he takes something out of the game. If you look at the first half, I mean, John's not had much to do, like their keepers had not much to do, and the same in the second half, isn't it? But it turns out to be a 2-1 game. So that chance came along. And obviously it wasn't productive for us, and they've gone away. And then for me, I'll have to look at it on the video, but for me, that we've contributed to helping them to a second goal.
Is that in regards to the penalty? Do you think it was a penalty?
I would have thought so, looking from it, but it's how the ball got to the player in the box that gives me more concern. And when you're playing against 10 men, although they're 1-0 up, you have to be on your guard all the time. I mean, we didn't create, we weren't fluid in my mind today at all. And it was a kind of a bit of a game of attrition to a certain bits.
Does that come as a surprise to you?
No, because these things can happen in football games, can't they? I mean, not every football game is the same. We've won different ways this season. I know that's I think that's our 5th loss, isn't it? And we'll have lost different ways this season. But looking at our attack play, in little glimpses in the first half, we looked like we were just about to click, and start to open them up. But then it disappeared again. Because for me, the key was moving the ball around the park, making as much use of the whole park, especially when they went down to 10 men. That was vitally important. But we didn't do enough of that today. And let's be honest, I mean, we haven't asked that many questions of the keeper, have we? But saying that, I mean, full credit to Buxton. They marshalled themselves well. They marshalled themselves well at 11 men. And especially so at 10 men. But we look at it from our point of view, and that was a below performance day for us. I mean, I said to the players, it's all about standards, and I just thought we dipped below our standards today.
In that, there was still a couple of good chances. You could have nicked a point.
Well, exactly. Like I said, Dale, I mean, it wasn't a game of loads of opportunities for either side, wasn't it? It was in a way, it's a little bit reminiscent of last Saturday at Lancaster, where short and it was few and far between, and yet we came on top. With a 1-0 victory. There were few and far between today, but we've gone down to a 2-1 loss. So, but it's the manner of our our forward play that contributed a lot to that. I thought. I mean, the wind, was hard for both teams, but I just thought they marshalled it better in their half against the wind than we did in our first half.
The only positive really to take, Johnny Marr gets his first goal since his return. That'll do his confidence the world of good. Yeah,
of course, yeah. He had an opportunity just a little bit before, didn't he? He just couldn't, direct the header enough, but he got on the end of the cross. But yeah, he's sneaked in round the back. But he's a little bit too late for us. Then I mean, it's great for Johnny. He gets off the mark and that. But as to salvage something from the game, there was very little time left.
And good teams have these setbacks, and Trinity have shown this season that they do bounce back, and that's what you're hoping next week at Whitby.
Well, that's the words. Those are the words that were said after the game. You've been on a good run at the beginning of the season, then you had and then we had a little blip, and then we been on another good run. Now is the time just to get another run going. But I mean, the players are disappointed in there. They know that they haven't reached the standards that they played at before. But you get these games that can be frustrating. But that's to take nothing away from the opposition for the job that they did.
Okay, thank you.
Cheers up.